will never be changed. So 10 will remain 10 only until it gets garbage collected or if it is not referred by anyone, but 10 will remain 10 only. So this concept in Python is called immutability. This concept in Python is called immutability. Clear, guys? Yeah. So can I take 5 more minutes and conclude what is mean by mutable and what is mean by immutable now, so that you will get a clear picture what is mean by mutable and what is mean by immutable. Okay, 5 more minutes. Okay. So let's go here and talk about mutability versus immutability. Let us talk about what is mean by mutable and what is mean by immutable. Okay. So let's see one example here now. Okay. Let us try to understand here. Yeah, Vishwajit, which thing you want me to repeat? I will do it. Which concept you want me to repeat? Because in slides, I just explained whatever we talked about thing. Yeah, ID of B and ID of C will be same. That's true. ID of B and ID of C will be same. Okay, but ID of A got changed because the object got changed. That's what Vishwajit, actually, that's what in Python, that's we learn from the beginning, that when I try to update the value, remember, always it will create a new object, because in Python the object can never be changed. The object 10 can never be changed to 11. Understood? I hope the next example will make you sense, Vishwajit. No problem. How to print A plus? I didn't get you, Venkat. Fine. So anyhow, the next example will help everyone, because now let us talk about mutability versus immutability. Let us talk about mutability versus immutability. Okay, I'll do it here itself. So what I will do is I'll do some changes here now, so that I can explain you the concept here called mutability versus immutability. So I need to remove this and color it back. Okay, now let us talk about what is mean by mutable and what is mean by immutable. Okay, so we already talked about what is immutable. So let me compare immutable objects versus mutable objects. So in Python, we have both category of object, guys. We have immutable objects as well as we have mutable objects. Let us try to understand what happens in immutable objects and what happens in mutable objects. Let us try to understand. Mutable objects means cannot be changed, in short. Okay, cannot change, cannot changed. Okay, mutable objects means can change. That is what the difference, first of all. Immutable objects means cannot be changed, and mutable objects means can be changed. So first question can be explain immutable object. So you can explain this example and everything. And second question will be explain immutable versus mutable. So let us try to understand what is meant by immutable object and what is meant by mutable object in Python. Understood, everyone? That immutable means cannot change and mutable means it can be changed. Okay, thank you, Ubul, for confirming, so that I can go for an example now. Okay, so let's go for an example and let's try to understand what is meant by immutable objects here. So we all know that when I say s is equal to hello, string is immutable object, string, integer, float, they are immutable objects. So as I already took the example with integer, let me take with string now. That way you can understand in a better way. So s is equal to hello. S is equal to hello now. Okay, now tell me what happens when I say s is equal to hello. We all know that an object gets created. We all know that an object gets created called hello with some address, and it will be referred by s. It will be referred by s. Very good. One object and one reference. One object and one reference now. Okay, one reference. Now, can you tell me what happens in the next line when I say s is equal to s plus world. S is equal to s plus world. S is equal to s plus world. What happens now? A new object gets created, very good, called hello world with address like 3001, and s will be referring to this hello world now. So s will no more referring to hello, s will be referring to hello world. Hello will be garbage collected, very good. Hello, s is no more referring to hello, so hello will be garbage collected. So this is called immutable object, means object cannot be changed. So hello cannot be changed to hello world. Understood everyone? This example again. This is called immutability. This is called immutability. Let us try to understand what is meant by mutability. So all objects like integer, float, string, whatever the objects you learned till now, boolean, they all are immutable. They all are immutable. Let me introduce you a new object called list object, which are mutable in Python. So list is mutable, meaning when I say list 1, 2, 3, this is how you create a list in Python. Square brackets 1, 2, 3. Now tell me what happens now. Now tell me what happens now. An object gets created with a value called 1, 2, 3 with some address like 2001 and SL is referring to that. Agree? Agree? Final confirmation, guys. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Now tell me what if I say L plus is equal to square bracket 4. L plus is equal to square bracket 4. I'm adding 4 to it, so it will become 1, 2, 3, 4. So same object or new object? It becomes 1, 2, 3, 4 now. I'm adding 4 to it now. The way I have added hello world, same way I'm adding 4 to this particular thing. So what do you think? Same object or different object? Same object, guys. Same object. So L is still referring to 2001 only. So here address is 2001 and 3001, but here the same address actually. That's what mutability. Mutability means object can be changed. So 1, 2, 3 becomes 1, 2, 3, 4. But in immutable objects, hello will never become hello world. That's what I told you. Mutable objects means it can be changed. Immutable objects means it cannot be changed. How can you prove? By printing the addresses. L is a list. That's why same object. Very good. Very good. So please go through, guys. Please go through. And then you can say immutable versus immutable. Another example. I say s is equal to hello. S is equal to hello. You know that hello will be created like this. HELLO. Hello will be created. When I say L is equal to list 1, 2, 3. So we all know that a list gets created like 1, 2, and 3. Same like an array. It has addresses like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And it will also have addresses like 0, 1, 2, 3. Now tell me, if I say S of 0 is equal to Z, tell me what will happen now. And when I say S of 0 is equal to 999, tell me what will happen. Explain this example. Meantime, I would like to answer some question. And this is a question for other people. Okay. And let me just check what Aditi was asking. How to know when this is mutable and which is immutable? That I have to tell you, Aditi. I'll show you in the slide and you have to remember that. Okay. So int, float, strings are immutable, but list is mutable, 100%. First example will create a new object. Second will create in the same object. No, there are two, only one object, guys. They are one object. Just try to understand S is equal to hello. An object gets created and S is referring. L is equal to 1, 2, 3. An object gets created and L is referring. That's all. S of 0 is equal to Z and I will print S. S of 0 is equal to 999. I will print L. Tell me what will get printed now. What will be the output in immutable objects and what will be the output in mutable objects? That for today's topic. What will be the output in short? What will be the output when I print S? What will be the output when I print L? Okay. Udit thinks S will print Zello. Okay. And in list it will be 99923. Not 123 Obul. It will be 23. Very good. List will be 99923. Very good. And what about string? What about string? What about string? Okay. Very good. So only Krishna has understood. Only Krishna has understood. That's what we said. Immutable objects cannot be changed. So hello can never become hello. Very good. That's what our conclusion for immutability. So here I will get error. This code I will get error because you are trying to change an immutable object. Here it's okay, you are trying to assign and concatenate. That's different case. But you cannot go to index and say that forcefully you're trying to say make this h to z. That is not never possible. That's what I told you. Hello can never become hello world or anything. Here you are concatenating and assigning, so new object is getting created. This is a different example, but in this example you are going to that particular thing and you're trying to change that z. It is never mean that it becomes another object called Zello. No, it will never object called Zello. Yeah, but this can be one more example to prove that immutable object means never changes. So immutable object we cannot change. Any case we're trying to change it will give error 100%. Let me prove this now. Let me prove this with both, with mutable objects and with immutable objects. Let me first take this immutable object called string and try to do that and prove you that it will give error. When I say s is equal to hello, s is equal to hello and print s, it will print hello, no doubt. And id of s will also print some id of s. Perfect. Id of s will print some id of s. Now when I say s of 0 is equal to z, s of 0 is equal to z, I will get an error saying that string object does not support item assignment. It's saying that I'm immutable, I cannot change the object. That's what in short is saying. Understood everyone? That why I'm getting an error? Because string is immutable. String is immutable. So I'm getting this error now because you cannot change that hello to Zello. Hello will never become Zello, guys. Okay, understood. Thank you. Now let's see with list now. When I say list, I say you list is mutable. So I will print L and the ID of L. So it will print some address of list. It will print me 123 and it will print me some address now. It will be print some address. Now tell me I will make L of 0 is equal to 999. First of all, it is allowed or not allowed? First of all, it is allowed or not allowed? Okay, Udit thinks allowed. Yeah, everybody thinks allowed. Why? Why it is allowed? Why it is allowed? Because mutable. List is mutable. Okay, list is mutable, so that's why it is allowed. So L of 0 is equal to 999. It is allowed, so perfectly fine. I did not got any error. You see, in this case I got an error, but I did not got error. Now if I print L and ID of L, what do you think, guys? ID L and ID of L. What do you think? What will be the output now? L comma ID of L. Do you think the same output as before? Same output as before? No. It will become 999, right? 999, 2 and 3. But address will be same. Do you agree? Address will be same. Very good. ID will be same. The value gets changed now, but ID will be same. So that's called mutability. Now you see that address is same now, but value becomes 999 and 23. So one is gone. One is changed. So it means that list object is changeable or not? Is it mutable? With this example, please note down this example because you can prove them with example. Okay, so it's mutable now. It's mutable. Can I add one more value to it? S is equal to 4. Can I add one more value to it now? Yes, I can add one more value. Now tell me L comma ID of L. Justify this. L comma ID of L. What will be L and what will be the ID of L? Address will be same, very good. Address will be same, but data will become one more, right? It's 999,234. So you see that when I print, all the three cases address is same, meaning no new object is getting created. Every time the value is getting changed. It is reverse with string and integer. It is reverse with string and integer. Whenever you try to change, the new object gets created, but in list, all the way the addresses is same, the values are getting changed. It is 1234, now it became 99923, 999,234, meaning the same object is getting changed every time. That is why it's called mutable object. Understood this example, everyone? What is mean by immutable and what is mean by mutable? Still, if you did not follow mutable, it's okay. We will see next things when we go for list. But now this is important. Thank you, Nitesh, for confirming. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Yeah, thank you, Aditi. Thank you all. Okay. So this is the conclusion for today. Sorry, we took little time, but we have to conclude what is meant by mutable and what is meant by immutable. Last slide, as Aditi has asked question, how do you know which are mutable and which are immutable? I will show you now. Okay, so we all know that mutable and immutable object. The value of the mutable object can be modified in place after creation, while the value of the immutable objects cannot. What are mutable objects? Integer, float, long, complex, string, tuple, boolean. They are immutable objects. And what are mutable objects? List, dictionary, set, byte array, user defined classes. Please note down. Okay, so that you can remember what are immutable objects and what are mutable objects in Python. So remember, there are two kinds of objects in Python: mutable objects and immutable objects. So int, long, complex, string, tuple, all these are immutable objects. Some data types may be new to you. Don't worry, just note down. We will discuss in future. Okay, most probably our next session we will start discussing about the data types, because we are very clear with variables now. Okay, what are variables in Python, how it gets created, all the things we learn about variables and memory management. Is this slide clear? Okay, thank you, Narayan, for confirming. Thank you, Ubul. Aditi, is it okay for you now? You understood which are mutable objects and which are immutable objects? So you have to remember from now. Okay, so we use this term a lot in our future sessions, so we all have to remember. Yeah, thank you, Aditi. Thank you, everyone, for confirming. Yeah, thank you, Nitesh. Okay, so actually, I believe that theory sessions will not be good. If you are accepting, thank you. I prefer practical. I get satisfied if we do more practice. That will be good session for me. But if you still think that these are good, it's thank you for from my side, because I thought wanted to put all the things clear to you. Okay, actually it's supposed to be one session, but we made it three sessions because I believe that clear understanding so that you can answer all questions you get from memory. Yeah, thank you, Ubul. So this theory session is interesting. Thank you for that. Okay, Snehal, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Venkat. But I hope everybody is going with a good conclusion, like you all understood. Yeah, have a nice day, Vishwajit. Bye. Yeah, Rajshekhar, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Diljit.